Hello. I posted a Madolche gameplay video and people seem to like it and we're asking for a deck profile, so here it is. Bear with me. I'm not a YouTuber. I just play the game on my PlayStation and decided to upload a video because I have a lot of them and I want to delete them off my PS5 and just have them. It'll save space on my PS5. So yeah, this is the deck that I used. Uh, the core Madolches is basically the same as everything. The three Mageline, two Messengers, three Angeli, three Petting Cessor, and one Pudding Cess. I think in the TCG some people weren't playing her, but I think she's very important. She can basically like do very crazy combos. You can special summon with her like normally two from the deck, which search out your spells and you can just pop off. She's if you have her under a pudding cess with like two materials on her, she's basically like a one card OTK. Uh this hoot cake here, I've always played two. I've actually been playing Madolche since they first came out, and two was always the option. But I added a third one, and I think it's been working out real well because the new Vanessa lift cards. So you can special summon it from the graveyard by discarding it and the Vernissalith. They all do that. They all discard itself and another, I think it's yeah, any monster. Yeah, so you can discard any monster, you can discard it, special summon from the graveyard, and then banish the Vernissalith to just pop off, do your combos. So he is less of a brick now than he used to be. So he's very good at three. What else? Let's see. I have three Maxi. I'll just go through everything. DD Crow, two of them. One Herald, three Maxi, three Hootcake, three Ash. I play one of the. This is this one draws a card. The Thawing Mountains. The one or two misting seedlings. This one searches any earth fairy monster, so you can search basically any Vernissalith or Angeli or Petting Cessor or Pudding Cess, which you should never search her. The three Mageline, two Messenger, three Angeli, three Petting Cessor, and then one of the Flourishing Hills, which adds a Vernissalith card. So she's basically a worse one of him because she searches the same things that he does, but without the Angeli and the Petting Cessor. And then I play two Keldos, one Medora, the Pudding Cess, the Pot of Prosperity, Chateau, one ticket, one salon, two called buys, one droplet, two promenades, three tiaras, one dweller, one exiton, one baguska, very important, so is dweller right now. Three glass of play, two pudding cess, one Zeus, two Sissart, and one Goddess of the Underworld, another very important card. You can just play like two tiaras. I don't like playing two glass souffle. Sometimes I go through three in just one turn. Uh, but you usually never summon anything other than Madolches because Petting Cessor locks you into Madolches. So usually if you do summon, it's because they like Ash your Mageline and then you special summon a Caldo from hand or something like that. And then you just go into a Baguska or a Dweller. Um, I used to play three droplets. I went down to one for probably just this format. I'll probably go back to three. It's a very good card. You go second, negate all their effects, and it'll also you can discard your or send to the graveyard your tickets and your salons, which you can then shuffle back with Tiara if you're going second. So it's a very good card to play. But right now, like with tier limits in like 90% of diamond decks, it does not help. So this is just for when I don't play uh, tier limits. Two promenades, some people play one, but if you go first and you do your full combo, you set one, and then you use it on their turn, and then you just set the other one. If you're only playing one, there is a way where you can just shuffle back the same one, but and then reset it with Salon. But that means you're gonna have to use your glass of play for that, and not for like shuffling back the tier limits. So when you have a glass souffle on the field and it's their turn and they activate like a Sharon, I think. Let me see. Yeah, like this one, Merly, or even Rhino Heart or Sharon. So when this one, for example, special summons itself, it activates its effect. You chain Glass Souffle. Glass Souffle resolves. It makes someone unaffected. I usually pick Hoot Cake because he's indestructible by battle. If you do the optimal Magdalene play when you go first. Uh, so it'll be indestructible by battle and card effects. So if they Zeus you, you'll still have it for next turn. And yeah, he's basically a one card OTK as well. Yeah, so that'll resolve target your monster is unaffected, and then their card will resolve and send three to the graveyard, four including the card in their hand. And then there's a new chain link, and their effects go first. So if they milled any of these, they will activate, and then Glass Souffle's second effect can chain to those, and then it'll shuffle them back to the graveyard so they can't special summon anything. So that's what I think makes this deck very powerful. Um, the Vernissalifs, yeah, I play one of the draw, two of these searchers, and then one of these that just searches the Vernissalif. And the reason I play this one instead of playing three of these is because I don't like drawing multiples because they're once per turn. So usually you can like use her, search him, use him, search him, and each search is includes a special summon from the graveyard. Uh, what else? Uh, yeah, two Kaldos, one Medora. This is basically for if you're going second and they mill your deck, you can mill these and it'll interrupt them. And let me just say as well that this deck is still currently, like, I'm making changes to it. Like, it's not even the exact same one that I used in the video. In the video, I even had the three droplets on there. I remember I had Effect Veiler. Uh, yes. So I'm still making changes. Something you can test. I had two Medoras, but I took one out. Just consistency. Uh, the two crows. Another thing that's really good about Glass Souffle is if they're milling your deck on the second turn, and you haven't used her effect yet, and they mill like your Max C or your DD Crow, you can just use her effect then after they send all your cards. And instead of sending their cards, you can just grab yours back, grab your DD Crow, and grab your Max C and just activate Max C. They basically just give you a free Max C. Um, let me see what else. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, two Caldos because you can discard a fairy and then you'll search your Medora. And then basically that's a free if you have another fairy for to special summon Medora, you just special summon two level fours, go into Dweller before you do anything else, and then you can combo off even more. That usually comes in handy. Oh, another thing, you gotta be careful. This card is very good because you finish your combo, like you use this and you use this, and you'll special summon for the graveyard like your Hoot Cake, for example. So you go first, you discard this, and the Hoot Cake special summon Hoot Cake, uses its effect, and then do your full combo. And then you'll search this, and this will, assuming you already had an Angelian Kiss at Ashless, but you use this, draw a card, and you can draw into like a droplet, and and then you can just grab it back the same way you can grab your maxis back from the graveyard with Class Souffle, and then you just have a repeating Upstart Goblin plus special summon from graveyard. So it's basically just a monster reborn and a draw every turn. But I've already lost to this mistake. Pot of Prosperity, you cannot activate card effects that let you draw that turn if you use this. So you got to be careful. If you use Pot of Prosperity, you cannot activate this, and you can't special summon for the graveyard. So I've lost because of that. So just make sure you are aware of that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll probably be posting some more gameplays of whatever old videos I have. I have some older formats with different deck that I was running. But yeah, this has been working really well with tier limits. Going first. If you make misplays though, you gotta be like on your game. If you make some misplays and you're playing against a good player, they'll ruin your board and you'll struggle. This deck does struggle against obviously Exo Sisters. I hate that deck because the main deck Exo Sister monsters, they all trigger so if they have like these on the field, and I believe this trap card can special summon them from the deck on your turn. And if they have them, they trigger if you activate like a called by or even a hoot cake or even just any mandatory effect that they have or they shuffle back into the deck after being destroyed. So yeah, it's a hard matchup, but going first, you're very likely to win. Just going second, that's another reason I say this deck is still kind of like prototype and I'm making some changes. Yeah, it's good against tier limits, but going second against Exo Sisters, I've been thinking about adding like a red reboot or maybe an evenly matched. I might replace this with that. I'm not sure. Yeah, an anti-meta deck, so the ones that play like the border, you'll win going first for sure. Unless obviously they like just ash you and maxi you to death. Um, but yeah, going first is no problem. Uh, I know what other deck is in Diamond. I'm trying to think. I mean, you get some random decks, but this does pretty well against all those random decks, like the 60 card decks. You just shuffle back their main cards from the graveyard, like the zombies. You shuffle back their Mizukis and the whatever that guy's name that special summons in the standby phase and banishes. Um, but yeah, I mean, but that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching the video. It's pretty cool. I didn't think it'd get any views. But yeah, and if you guys like have any suggestions on what I should change, let me know. And because I'm still trying a lot of new stuff, like it's constantly changing. But yeah, until next time, thanks.